All right, guys, new workout program starting next week. Let's talk about it, okay? This is a strength and conditioning program. I'll get into the conditioning aspect later. I'll dive a little bit deeper into that and why we're doing some conditioning for this program. But let's go ahead and get into how this program is going to work, okay? First of all, it's centered around 3 workouts. There is a 4th workout, okay, but that's going to be only for some of you, and we'll talk about that later, okay? Let's talk about how each workout is set up. So each workout is going to be starting with a compound lift, okay? And we're going to do them at maintenance level, okay? I'll get into that later too. So on day 1, which would be Monday or Tuesday, you're going to start with the bench press. Day 2, you're going to start with the low bar squat. Day 3, you will start with the deadlift. Okay. Now, maintenance, all that kind of means is we're not going to be doing these lifts multiple times a week. You're only going to do them once a week just to maintain your strength. As we get ready for after this program, we'll start the starting strength novice linear progression again, which will be squatting, bench pressing, and deadlifting a heck of a lot more. But in the meantime, we don't want to completely lose all our strength and momentum in those lifts. That being said, the vast majority of you, okay, especially those of you who've missed a lot, have been inconsistent with your attendance, or just started off really light with the weights. You don't need to worry about adjusting your numbers as we start this program. Wherever you finished on the squat, bench, or deadlift for this current program, just keep adding 5 to it and keep progressing, okay? There are a few of you who may want to back down a little bit. Maybe someone like Paul on his squats, who's really been pushing his squats. But the vast majority, you can go ahead and just pick up right where you left off and keep progressing every week, okay? You will, at least maybe to begin with, start with doing 3 sets each, including your warm-up sets, okay? But kind of as you get the feel for the program, or as the weights maybe get heavier, you're probably going to want to drop them down to maybe 2 sets or just 1 working set, okay? That's really going to depend on the amount of weight you're lifting and how quickly you're getting through the workouts and how much time you have for each workout. If you got 90 minutes, if you're one of those people who's coming in at 5:30 a.m. and you've got 90 minutes to get that workout in, probably stick with 3 sets, I would think, and be totally fine. Some of you, you get the weights just aren't heavy enough to where you need a ton of break, so you're already getting through all 3 sets really fast. So keep it the same, just keep progressing, adding weight, getting stronger each time. Don't have to worry about dropping down to 2 sets or 1 set. Okay, so those are kind of the meat and potatoes. You start with that. Okay, you start with those, get those done. Then you're going to move into what's called a strength circuit. Okay, so all that means is I've got 3 different exercises or 3 different lifts that you're going to perform circuit style. So you do each lift one after the other, okay, with minimal break. So, for example, day 1, you have the single arm row. You'll do a set of that on each arm. A little bit of break if you need to, just a quick break. Then jump right to your weighted step-ups, okay? Really shouldn't need that much break because you're working your upper body, then your lower body, different antagonizing muscles. So while one is working, the other muscle group is resting. Okay, really you only need a break if your heart rate's up really high for some reason, and you just need to take a little breather. Okay, then you go right into your SLDL. Okay, after you do all 3, then you probably want to take that longer break, a couple minutes if you need it, and then repeat. All right. I want everybody to get a minimum of 3 rounds in. But if you've got the time, again, if you're one of those people that's going through really fast through your workouts, one of you that gets getting done in like 40 minutes, okay, bump up to 4 or 5 rounds, get some extra volume in, okay? I've tried to set each of these up, each of the strength circuits up to where you can just take either a barbell or use the rack on something like pull-ups and a pair of dumbbells or a pair of kettlebells or both with you to your rack, and you can run your circuit right there in your rack. Some of them might get a little tricky, but I tried my best to make it work that way. That way we have enough room. All you gotta do is just grab whatever dumbbells you need and set up your barbell, and you should be good to go. I'll give you kind of an example at the end of how I would set up, for instance, day one circuit, okay? And as always, with the circuit and with the conditioning, if you partner up with somebody, get to share equipment, especially if you guys are around similar strength levels. It's nice to be able to share equipment and stuff like that, and have more real estate available for everybody else. So if you guys could do that, and it's good motivation too, and accountability if you and your partner are kind of meeting up at the same time and have the same goals. So keep that in mind. Still do linear progression on these. So you still want to try to go a little bit heavier each time, all right? For starting weights, everybody always asks me, what weight should I start with? I don't know, okay? First week's always kind of exploratory. You got to kind of find what weight works for you. Everyone's going to be different, okay? What I would recommend is you find a pair of dumbbells or barbell, wherever you're using, that you can, a weight that you can use where you can do the higher end reps. So for instance, single arm row is 8 to 15 reps. So find a dumbbell or a kettlebell that you can row and get the higher end reps. So like 15 reps in with good form. Your form isn't compromised and you're still getting challenged, okay? That way you can progress on that. And then by the end of the program, you're going heavier and heavier. You should be down towards the lower end of reps, maybe 8 to 10 reps as you're finishing up this program, okay? So you can still progress on this. We even have those little micro plates to progress as well. So still keep progressing. Some of these moves on the strength circuit, like for example, the SLDL, the RDL, chin-ups, okay, lat pull down, incline bench, some of them we've already been doing this last program. So it's going to be easy for you to find your starting weight on that. You should be able to look back at your notes and be like, okay, I was doing X amount of weight for X amount of reps. Here's what I can do today to get it in, okay? So you do your maintenance compound, you do your strength circuit, okay? And then make sure you have enough time for a finisher at the end, okay? I've made each finisher where it can be done in 10 minutes. They're all 10-minute long, okay? So make sure you have time. I want you guys to do some conditioning. I know we are a strength class, but we still need to take care of our heart and lungs, okay? Especially, you know, some of you who've been maybe skipping cardio the last year, okay? It'd probably be good for you to get some cardiovascular activity into your life, okay? What's the use of being big and strong if you can't, you know, you get winded walking up a flight of stairs, all right? So having a healthy heart and lungs is very important. And I'll just go over a few of the conditioning workouts just to kind of show you how they go. So the first one would be just the rower. So you would use the rower and you would do either 10 minutes of steady state where you got a good pace going for 10 minutes, maybe and try to increase the damper level, try to increase how many meters you get each week. But something you can do for 10 minutes at a pace you can keep going for 10 minutes. Or you can do it kind of interval training where you do 30 seconds rowing hard, 30 seconds rowing nice and easy, okay? Or a minute hard, minute easy until you get 10 minutes in, okay? So that's kind of how interval training works. The other type of finishers I have are AMRAPs. So for example, this one here, number 2, sledgehammer swings. Probably wouldn't want to do this one on a rainy day like it is today, all right? But you'd go outside and you'd hit the tire with the sledgehammer 10 times per side, and then you do a parking lot sprint, come back, take a break, and you do as many, you set a timer, set your phone for 10 minutes, and you get as many rounds as you can in 10 minutes. That's essentially how it goes. So if you can get through it 3 times, great. 4 times, 5 times, great. If you can do over 5, it's pretty impressive, okay? But the idea is I've got 6 of them written out, and that each time you come in here, you pick a different one. You just kind of rotate through, okay, and progress on them. So one other note on the conditioning, we're not trying to make ourselves sore. I also try to write these as some of these that are ones that are not going to cause a lot of trauma to your muscles, okay? We just want to train the heart and lungs, so they're all pretty low impact, all right? We don't use cardio as a way to build strength. We definitely don't use cardio either as a body fat loss, okay? It's very inefficient for body fat loss. the best way to lose body fat is through your diet, okay? If you try to do a ton of cardio to lose body fat, what happens is it makes you more hungry, okay? And if you push too hard at the cardio, it makes you weaker, okay? And remember, it's always easier to regain your cardiovascular, your endurance, than it is to regain strength once you've lost it, okay? Strength takes more time to build and gain, all right? Cardio, you lose conditioning fast, but you can gain conditioning fast as well, all right? So we're just doing this purely for a little break from pure strength and to train our heart and lungs a little bit, be a little bit healthier, okay? Let's talk about day 4 workout. So day 4 workout is only for those who are training 4 days a week, all right? This is kind of like you get rewarded for doing your main workouts that I want you to do. You get to do this one. This one is all upper body, okay? So really, especially if your lower body's pretty shot, it's not going to affect your lower body at all. You can do these in between. So if you're a Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday person, you could come in on a Monday, Wednesday, or Friday and knock this one out as well. It shouldn't really interfere with the other lifts, okay? This one, your main compound will be the overhead press. Same thing, 1 to 3 sets for 5 reps. Your strength circuit is any biceps, and any triceps. So kind of like we did last program, where you maybe pick 3 different bicep exercises, and each time you do this workout, you do a different one, and you keep progressing on those as well. Again, these should all be in your previous program notes. So you should already have 3 or 4 different bicep and tricep exercises that you can run that you already have numbers for. Okay, so you'll do any biceps, any triceps, and then we'll work the side delts doing lateral dumbbell raises, okay? So the glamour muscles, arm development, okay? So again, it's kind of a reward. You do the hard work first, the more compound total body lifts, and then you get to reward yourself on the 4th workout with just kind of a upper body pump, all right? And of course, cardio finisher in there as well, all right? That's pretty much the gist of it. Again, we're only going to run this program for 6 weeks and then get back on the linear progression. So it'll be a nice little way to maintain our overall strength, but yet, hit up some different exercises. A lot of these are unilateral, which means you're doing one arm or one leg at a time. So kind of way to do hit some different muscle groups and train in a different way, cause some different muscle stimulus. So should work out pretty good. Other than that, just remember, I got some notes down here. I may keep adding notes, but just remember to manage your time, okay? Come in here, have a plan, get it done, partner up if you need to, okay? I don't want to see anybody, running out of time. They got to go and they didn't get the entire workout in. So that means showing up a little early. Some of you that like to show in, crawl in here about 6:10, 6:15, okay? Let's get in here a little earlier, at least by 6. Better at 5:30. We're open at 5:30. Come in, get it done. Okay? Coaches, really make sure that the strength circuit, they're helping them set up the strength circuit appropriately, and they don't know the exercise, you're really showing them how to do it, helping them find a good starting weight. And same thing with the finishers as well. Just really help them get on track and that they know what they're doing for each one. Okay? Next, I'm going to show you guys just a sample of how a strength circuit will be ran. And then if you guys have any questions about any of the program, let me know. Let Jamar or Johnny know. Okay, we'll get back to you. But here's kind of how a strength circuit will be set up. So if you look over here in this squat rack, and this is the day 1. Okay, if you notice, I have a kettlebell right here, pair of dumbbells in a box, and my barbell, all set up in a row so I can do my entire circuit right there. Okay? So this is the day 1, which is single arm row, weighted step-ups, and SLDLs. So for single arm row, I'm going to use a kettlebell, okay? And I get in a spot where I can work my single arm rows here, okay? Then I've got a spot where I can do my weighted step-ups, grab some weight, weighted step-up, okay? Do all the reps for each leg, in each arm, and then a little bit of break, shake it out for a little bit, and then come right into the barbell, have my weight set up, and do my SLDL. Okay? Then I take a break, rest, let my heart rate come down, shake it out, repeat the circuit. Okay? So that's how the circuit goes. Some of them, again, like I said, might be a little tricky to set up. Might have to get a little creative on how we make them work efficiently. But this last program, I love this last program, but I felt like it was, kind of hard to get it done in time. So I'm hoping for this time that we all can get through a little bit quicker and more efficiently and have really, really good workouts and a really good training cycle. Okay? So that's about the gist of it. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Also, does anybody use TrueCoach still? Because I really don't feel like adding all this crap into TrueCoach and nobody uses it. Better to use a notebook. You should anyways, especially if you miss days, because then you're like, well, TrueCoach will pop up and it'll say do your day 1 workout, but you haven't done that workout. You need to do day 3 workout or whatever, you guys get it. So anyways, just let me know. I'm excited for you guys. I'm proud of you guys. And let's get after it. Let's finish the summer off with a bang. Appreciate y'all.